with yours truly. Today's video, we have a very special thing going on. We have a sponsor. Last week, about a week ago, I think it was the same day this previous video came up, I got an email from a sales marketing assistant at Manta and said that they would like to send me one of their products for free, and it was up to me whether I wanted to promote it. And I thought, as I feel honoured to be selected as someone to get a free product, and especially as one that's ideally for ASMR, I thought it felt right to promote them. And so I'll put a little bar at the bottom as well, of the code that you can use to get 10% off. But also, thank you so much for Manta for sending me a sleep mask. I've honestly been thinking about buying one recently, or my housemate has one and he really enjoys it, and so they have been on my mind, and it's pretty special that I've actually been able to get my little grippers on one. And to be extra special, so this is not only the normal Manta sound mask. This isn't the normal Manta mask. This wonderful thing is perfect for ASMR. As you see, this has headphones inside. Sorry, my viewfinder is it. And so, what we have here is this little button, and there's the volumes as well. This is what it looks like inside. These are really nice, soft eye pillows. The whole thing's very well padded. And the important feature for me are the headphones either side. These little blue little tabs. You can take them out to have a little look. Here we go, you can see. This is what the headphone looks like. It's a lovely felt material. And this headphone is super thin. And so it just allows you to rest your head. Apologies, I'm trying to squeeze it back in. It just allows you to be able to listen sideways and not hurt your ears with these. Also, you're not putting them directly in your ears, as using AirPods and earphones, ones that go directly in your ears, whether they're squishy or the hard ones, can be damaging for your ears, not just because of the volume, but because just having something in your ear can it can build up like wax and stuff in your ear, and too much, and it can't be good, or it isn't good for you no matter what. And so this is really good because you're not putting them in your ears, they're just sort of gently resting on the outside of your ears, and they cover your ears, and they have this little label so you can move them to adjust them to your ears with quite some range. It's a bit, the cable is in the way there, so it's a bit harder, but you get the gist. It's a lot easier when they're on, but they are also Bluetooth and chargeable via USB-C, and I've not had any issues with them so far. They're very comfortable. I've thought about maybe getting pads, or different pads. It's in the past few nights that I've used it, but that's just because I'm interested in seeing what the other pads do. There's a weighted pad, there's a special ventilated pad. I think there's like a steamer, like hydro pad. I don't know how that works. There's lots of other pads that you can use, and everything, literally everything. Every part of this is Velcro and interchangeable. I can take the iPads off. I can take the headphone section off, the front pad thing off. It's just 3 layers, 3 modular layers of Velcro. It's really cool. But it also came with a case and some other straps, which is very cool. So thank you. To get 10% off, I'll put a link in the description below as well. But yeah, I know that was a long video, but it's a long sponsorship. But one, it's my first. I feel honoured to have it, and it's kind of part of the ASMR because we are now going to look at some microphones that I have. We're just going to have a look at my small collection. Not every microphone that I have, but we're going to go through them. And first off, we have the AudioTechnica AT2020. This microphone is a reasonable budget microphone. It's a condenser microphone, so good for vocals. Has a very flat frequency range, and yeah, it's just a really good, solid, all-round microphone. Because it's a condenser mic. Condenser mics distort quicker than and are more sensitive compared to dynamic microphones. Dynamic microphones have a smaller frequency range, but but have higher durability, and so don't distort when someone shouts or a loud instrument is played into them. Percussive instruments like drums are more likely to use dynamic microphones than condenser, whereas condenser is good for vocals and singing, which is vocals. There's also like softer instruments like a violin and stuff like that. It's to get the clarity, it's to be able to pick up all the sound, all the frequencies, rather than just pick up the instrument as a loud instrument. You know, the microphones have different buses. There's also a ribbon microphone. There's another type of microphone. You might as well use condenser. There's no point in even risking using a ribbon microphone. Highly delicate things. Condenser microphones, still nice and durable, but yes, very good for vocals. This one I think costs about £80, and is very famous for being a good budget microphone. Highly recommend. It's XLR, but you can buy your USB versions. I've heard good things about them too, and I actually think it's Charlie Slimesicle. I'm fairly sure he uses a USB AudioTechnica AT2020. So for Penguin Zero or Charlie, not Charlie Slimesicle, Charlie, what's his? Moist Critical, that's the one. Moist Critical, Charlie, Penguin Zero. Yeah, so that's so this is two of these microphones. One of them, and you've seen these in many of my videos, one of them has sadly taken a bit too much wear and tear. Has travelled across countries, technically, because it's been to Wales and England. But it's travelled to and from across England, just kind of shoved in a backpack well over 10 times, probably close to 20. When you buy this microphone, it comes with a little pencil case to store it, and this little fitting that keeps it fitted to whatever mount you want. I have a little fitting in there so it fits on camera tripods, because there's slightly different fittings to microphone tripods, but there's always, it's very cheap, it's like £3 to get a pack of 10 little converters. Converters either way. This microphone is built with a camera fitting screw, and I've changed it so it's a microphone fitting before. Not at the moment though. I'm using a camera tripod. But that is the AudioTechnica 2020 being released in 2019. I'm fairly sure. Next microphone is going to be this. See, this is where it gets a bit tricky with names, because I don't know the names of these microphones anymore. So this is a Rolland microphone. This was going to feature a lot earlier until I tested it and was sorely disappointed in its noise level. Sorry about that click. So the noise floor of these headphones with this microphone, headphones and microphone, was far too high for me to want to do any significant ASMR with it. But it's likely that I'll use it for field recording, maybe more louder sounds, where it doesn't matter really too much about the noise floor. Though, interestingly, the last time I used these headphones, and they have been used before on this channel, is my first ever dummy head microphone video. It's a black dummy head, and I did it in my university's music studio, or dead room studio. So there's no background sounds. Sadly, the room that I live in now has quite a fair bit of background sounds, and so this is where these microphones have their downfall. They pick up everything. This is the Rolland. I was going to see if it says on the headphone. I don't think it does. It doesn't. But these are Rolland binaural earphone microphones. So you can see that. I'm gonna have to focus while I do this. Let's see if I can do this. This is smooth. As you can see, these are headphones that this silver thing is the microphone, and so this microphone, and you can listen directly to what you're. The whole point is that it imitates everything you're listening to, and so because there is a difference between having something that is stereo and something that is spatial in the sense of imitating what a person would hear because of a face. So I'll refocus myself because a face has big shape. There is a distance between your two ears, and so that's how it helps. Hearing helps with balance, and it's how it helps with like depth perception and localization. It's because your brain perceives the timing difference between a sound hitting one ear compared to the other. But what alters that difference and that time and helps with it as well and helps imitate, and inevitably when using a microphone like this helps imitate a more accurate way of hearing is by having that distance and by imitating someone's head shape. And so that is exactly what happens. And so you find that, or like, because sound reflects on everything, it always bounces off of everything, and it will be absorbed by some things. And so that is exactly what's happening, is that your head reflects some of the sound, and the best way to imitate that kind of stereo image is by using your own head. Though everyone's head is shaped slightly differently, and so everyone hears slightly differently. Everyone's hearing is also slightly damaged in different ways and to different levels, different degrees, as well as just your ear shape is different and other things in your brain chemistry is different, and so all of these things actually affect the way you hear. So in the same way that we might not be seeing the same colours, we might not be hearing the same things, to the point where you can manifest yourself hearing things, and you do, in the same way that you manifest seeing things too. But yes, these are the Rolland earphone microphones. I don't want to hit the microphone, but it's becoming difficult not to. And so, let me put these back in their bag. The plastic bag in here has pop filters over them, which is exactly you can't see it. So instead of the fluffy pop filters that you usually see me wear, sometimes in some of my previous older videos you've seen it, I usually don't tend to use them nowadays. It's the ones that look more like foam, big squishy foamy ones, which is more commonplace now, or not AirPods, you see that AirPods have their case. You put your AirPods in, they charge you. That's what this box does. Got a little USB in the back. This is an AirPod case for microphones. Funnily enough, the exact same price as, maybe slightly more expensive than AirPods Generation 3. Cheaper than AirPod Pros. Look at this, this is sick. Much cooler. And so we can take them out. They have little magnets. You can clip them. And then I don't think anything has charge at the moment. Let's see. Doesn't look like it. Oh, there we go. There's a little interface that can be connected to these, and then you can record. You can then connect this to your computer via just an aux cable. And you can have two. You can record these using stereo, so have both microphones, because it comes with the two microphones, one either side. Or you can use them as two mono microphones. These are lapel mics and are just for dialogue. But what you might have seen me use is a little clip in my latest vlog video, my Halloween costume. This happened quite a while ago, this video. The microphone that I was using while in public was using one of these. It was using this, not one of these, it was using this with a little clip. So that microphone, the white microphone that I pulled out, the smaller device, I then connected it to a little microphone, little cable microphone, and clipped that onto my collar, and then I talked through that. So we're actually using lots of different microphones, the kind of daisy chaining microphones, to get to your computer or to your phone. It sounds dodgy, but it's the only way to do it, and it works. So, bada bing, bada boom kind of thing, you know. But that is the end of my microphone tour. I do have other microphones. I've got the H2N, which is what I'm using now. I have two of them now because my granddad gave me his. And I have a H1N, which is a more directional but still stereo microphone recorder. They both can be used in public. Handheld recorders can both be used in public, or just wandering around. You can plug an SD card in them. I highly recommend the Zoom microphones, Zoom H2N and H1N. Not too expensive, and just good for all-round microphone usage. Not very good for music, vocal recording though, because they aren't mono microphones. Then, what else do I have? REM, my dummy head, my 3D printed orange head, that just has two lapel microphones in the ears. We bought them from Tommen. I don't think they're a specific brand besides being Tommen, which is like a huge, it's like Gives Music, it's like a huge music shop. And I also have the Snowball and the blue Snowball and the blue Yeti. Neither of them I use anymore. I'm a bit of a microphone snob when it comes to that kind of thing now. But I also didn't really like the Yeti. I thought it had a really, really high noise floor and was sorted very quickly. Its like window of actual good audio was very small and it wasn't pleasant to me. But maybe I need to retry using it. I don't even know where it is now. I need to find it again. better see you.